to So Memphis. We back at y'all again. Look like I got somebody different with me today. Fresh off the plane, rejuvenated a little bit, had a little getaway. We back in the M Town. We had to get back so we can talk to the good people about this great weekend that just went past. So we just here.
That's great.
We're here to discuss, I guess, some of the things that we all witnessed this past weekend, and none other better than have your spouse here to talk about those type of things. But welcome, we're glad to see y'all again. And we got my guy David, he here too. He's here.
What's up, good people?
Yeah, he's here. We got him and his wife Tanya is here with us also. So we here to talk about the big thing. The big thing is relationships and all those things about how you handle certain things and how you feel about things. That's all that good stuff. So we want to talk about it. We want to talk to Memphis about it. We want to see how the city feel about it, how our people in the M would have handled those situations.
And we already know how people would have handled it. Like Memphis.
Memphis.
Brutal city.
Definitely.
We just have to say that the police would have been involved.
They always involved.
And somebody would have went to jail. Pretty much, you know.
Yeah. I think we know Memphis when we see Memphis.
Yeah.
I think we was on the plane and we knew we was on the Memphis plane.
We did.
It was undeniable.
Undeniable.
We was on Memphis plane. But look, we love Memphis, man. You know,
We do.
We saw Memphis, man. Memphis is city like none other. City like none other. I wouldn't trade it for the world. Yeah. So speaking of the weekend, you know, definitely had a great getaway, rejuvenation. Some good people watching. Some good Memphis chicken.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely did.
Right. Probably go check it.
Nothing like
Yeah. We'll make a check out anything.
Right.
Yeah. So big elephant in the room. Some people said oversaturated topic.
Yeah.
You know, been talked about a lot, but I feel like we need to address it.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing. It's nothing you can do. You can't watch TV. You can't look on social media. You can't go on the internet. You can't go anywhere right now without this being discussed. So, you know, everybody put their twist and turn and opinions and everything on it, and you know, so that's the thing right now. Is to discuss.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
So
we're gonna move forward with it, I guess.
Yeah.
You know,
and we'll see what the people think about it. Our subscriber listeners, I think it's only fair that we give them an opportunity to chime in.
Definitely.
See what they think about it. So look, we want y'all to feedback, comment, email us, DM us on Twitter, Instagram. Make sure you follow us too on our TikTok page, right? So Memphis Podcast. So get at us, man. You know, let us hear from you guys. So Will Smith, Chris Rock. You know, just started off with that. Opinions have been given, like you said. Some people think it's staged. Some people think it's real.
I mean, the story is going on, you know, as if it was a real situation. You know,
they riding the horse to the end.
I'm gonna go on record. I'm gonna be honest. I just don't believe it. You know, I guess maybe it's the Memphis in me that a guy can just walk up and slap a man, and all he gonna say is "wow." You know what I'm saying? I never witnessed it. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I can't say that. You know, my culture that I live in, or you know, my region that I live in, may be different in other places, but I just don't see where a guy can. You know, and it's nothing said back really. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm just a more realistic type person. Like, you know, when something happen like that, you're not mentally prepared. You're not, you know what I'm saying? So you kind of act.
Yeah, you could definitely react.
Yeah, it's gonna be a reaction. You know, I mean, his reaction. If that's the case, his reaction, he had a great reaction. You know, he had I guess a biblical reaction because
Yeah.
you know that wouldn't have been the case with me. You know, so
it depends what part of the Bible you read.
Yeah, that too.
Jesus flipped some tables. Do you think he was being too overprotective?
what you got to say, D?
From the looks of the video, I think he was being over dramatic.
Okay.
I wouldn't say overprotective. I'd say over dramatic.
Okay.
It just don't sit well with me.
All right.
I mean, I'm just being honest. Like I said, we from Memphis.
Yeah.
This Memphis mentality, I don't think a grown man, I mean, me as a wife,
Yeah.
you don't have to be, I don't think that, well, first of all, I don't want you to mess up our corn.
Right.
Let me just say that.
Right.
You know, you can protect me. It was a way to do that if it happened. He could have pulled him to the side, like we discussed after the thing. Say, I didn't appreciate you.
Right.
You humiliated my wife.
Right.
Or you didn't have to say that about her. She, you know, she's dealing with that part and it's, you know, hurtful to her.
Right.
But I'm telling you, man to man.
Right.
But to go up and smack someone, I feel like it was disrespectful and over dramatic.
That's
And
a good
I don't
point.
think, I'm not even looking at being overprotective because you mean to tell me
Yeah.
every incident that happened going forward, you gonna smack that individual.
Right. Nah, that ain't right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ain't realistic.
Just saying,
it's-
you gonna smack
That's a good
that
point
individual.
because, like we said, Will Smith, he has that type of influence, power,
Right,
to be able to walk on the stage with nobody saying nothing.
Yeah.
right.
And so I'm thinking back when Kanye had the situation with Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
So like you said, he was over dramatic. He could have just came into the mic and said, "Hey, you know, I think it's overboard."
Yeah.
You know, like you said,
Chill.
my wife.
Or from his seat.
Yeah, because obviously we heard him from his seat.
Yeah.
Right.
At the
Yeah.
same time. That's a good point. There. Yeah,
You know,
I like
but
that. Yeah.
I just think it was over dramatic.
Yeah.
You
It
know,
could have been a
I don't-
non-verbal thing. You could have
Yeah.
been like, "Hey, dog."
Yeah, could. Yeah, obviously gave him attention from his seat. You're right. That's a
Yeah.
great point.
Yeah.
What you think?
Yeah, I think it was a little, well, it's hard to say. I mean, it was a bit dramatic for him to, you know, walk up. I
Right.
mean, it was like something you see on TV, you know. So that's where it's hard to determine, like, if this was really real or not, you
Right.
know.
They call it premeditated, cause he thought about it.
He thought about it.
He
Yeah,
thought
he
about
did.
that for a while.
He really did. And no one expected that, you know, on top of that. But, yeah, I think that it was too much. And man to man, I think it could have been handled in a more classy way, you
Right.
know.
That's good.
Just
Yeah.
pulling them, you know.
Right.
He walked up on stage, so at the commercial break, he could have walked to, you know,
That's
to
true.
the side, like, look, man. And that would have gave Chris Rock the opportunity to come back and kind of recant.
redeem himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
and apologize
Publicly
for it.
apologize
Yeah,
to her.
you know.
Right.
So it was very classless. And then you're at an award event like the Oscars, you
Right.
know, the
Right.
creme de la creme.
Right.
So, you know, it was a lot. And, you know, I guess it's easy being on the outside looking in to determine, like, well, we could have done it this way.
Right.
But
Yeah. Sometimes you're being in the
but I
moment.
would never send my husband out like that. Like when I saw him getting up,
Right.
I know my husband enough to be like, don't
Yeah.
do that. You know?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
if
As a
he's
wife-
walking up, I know it's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
You know? So I'm just like, no, we're not going to
No,
do
we're
that.
not
Don't worry
gonna do
about it.
that.
Yeah.
That's
We'll,
right.
Yeah,
you
give
know.
that little tug, like, sit back down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was no restraint on him.
Yeah.
Even though you didn't know what he was going to do.
Yeah.
At the same time, the show was rolling.
It was wrong.
You know what I mean? So it's like,
And also,
down.
how are you being
You know?
an example to your children? Are you telling your children it's okay
right.
to just go up and smack somebody?
Right.
Yeah.
Because, and you know, it's a lot that I'm getting from this though, just from real life aspect. Like, you know, what she just said, it came to me right then, right, about your children. Like, you know, we discussed the fact about, you know, kids nowadays, how they, you know, get angry so upset. They get angry, they get mad.
Right.
Like from 0 to 100 so fast.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and that's kind of like we try to teach them it's a better way to handle things.
Right.
Right.
So-
Right.
So if this is the hottest topic, what can you expect when this the hottest topic going on and you see someone get up and physically put his hands on someone else, you know. And then for me, my thing is it hurts for me. You got two black men that got money, and for some that small to cause that's very disturbing to me, man. Very disturbing, you know, for something that little to make him want to put his hands on. I'm pretty sure she's endured worse. I'm pretty sure she's heard worse jokes. To me, that joke wasn't even that bad. You know, maybe I don't know all the context to the joke, but he's a guy. He's a comedian. He tells jokes. When he up there, you front row. You know you might get one on you.
Well, they say that he and Chappelle, they don't write their own jokes. That's what I've heard. You know, and so Chris wasn't necessarily too familiar with the content. I'm just looking at it from an objective point of view, right? And then they brought up the point that in the movie G.I. Jane, not only did what's her name? Demi Moore. Thank you. Demi Moore had a low haircut. Mm-hmm. She also cheated with the younger man in the movie G.I. Jane.
So they're making it relevant. That makes it. They're supposed to make it worse.
Well, they're supposed to make it deeper, a deeper cut. Like basically bringing out the August situation with August cheating on Will, and Will publicly saying he hadn't got over that.
Okay, they sat at the table in front of the world and talked about that. Yeah. Did nobody get slapped off that though?
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. That's my
August ain't got slapped.
Nobody got slapped. You cried on TV and nobody
August ain't got slapped, right?
August ain't got touched. August a bad boy then, I guess, you know, like I just don't get it, man.
Maybe it's a breaking. So what do you think?
It could have been
a breaking point. What do y'all think? Cause we always say everybody got a breaking point, right?
Yeah.
Everybody got a different breaking point.
Yeah, true.
I think we pretty chill guys most part of the time.
Yeah.
So, but still, everybody got a point that you can like push them over. So you think that was just happened to be the breaking point?
Possibly. I could say possibly, yeah, but I still don't. Maybe some verbal, but nothing physical.
Nothing physical.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like verbally address it right then and there.
Yeah.
Instead of being retro about it, like after the fact.
Right.
You know, if it was spontaneous or whatever, I'm gonna say something right there on the spot. Like, hey man, chill out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if he keep pushing it, then yeah, but just because he made one joke, I'm not finna just go up and, you know what I'm saying? Because we've come, I'm on the outside looking in, and then we from a culture where we joke. We joke, right. even about serious stuff. We make a laugh out of it.
Get checked, man. Right. Everybody go ahead, they done.
Think about it. You come around, you done put your best fit on. First thing you gonna say, you fresh ain't it, man? You fresh ain't it, man? You know what I'm saying?
He's a suit wear. Yeah.
So it's some today. You look at it. You know, it's just what we do.
Yeah.
But, you know, and no, they're not from this culture, but still, just you know, it was just weird, man. I think, you know, also with the being overprotective, I don't think that was part of being. I don't agree that was being overprotective.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think it was being dramatic too.
Overdramatic,
you know what I'm saying?
I think that was a great point. But
I think it was being overdramatic about the situation, and you know, maybe, you know, I don't know if you're trying to gain some points with your wife about addressing some, you know, publicly like that. Is that something that she wanted from him to show that I feel protected around you? Was that supposed to be something to that nature? We don't know what type of discussions they done had.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to prove to me that I'm protected by you, or you know that you're gonna protect me. Prove it, and you know what I'm saying.
That's true.
Maybe he used that small moment to show it.
Yeah,
we don't know that either.
That he had thought. Yeah. Well, you know, the internet undefeated. So you know, the memes that came up after the. So it was one, and it showed her. And it said Tupac with a shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's like, where's the line? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, will it ever be enough? You know? So
he's publicly stated though. That's a good point that he was intimidated by Tupac.
Right.
You know, their relationship. He said he was always intimidated by their relationship.
The closeness of their relationship.
Right. And we know the reputation that Tupac had.
Yeah.
And so to your point, Dante, he's saying that, you know, was that his moment to say, hey, you know, I got, you know,
Yeah.
I can go hard for you too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got your back too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it could have been. It could, in his mind, it could have been that. It could have
Yeah.
been based off. They could have just had a discussion before the camera started rolling.
Right.
And he just reacted because of he trying to prove something to him. I don't know. You know, it could have been the case too. You know, it's just so many ways to look at it. But you know, and you know, just being in a relationship, man. You know, I don't know. Are there women out there that really want to feel like, you know, that when it comes to being overprotected, like they got to be extra like that when it comes to protecting them, you know, being extra, like addressing every little thing that somebody say, or you know, getting into an altercation every time something go on. You know what I'm saying? Are there women out there like that? I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna let Deidre answer this, but I'm gonna say, from my personal opinion, I mean, not personal opinion, personal experience, there are women who actually are turned on by men who rah-rah men who like they love that. You know what I'm saying? They love the man who live a life. They love the man who going to jail. They love the man who does.
Well, yeah, I've had that comment to me before.
They like really turned on by that. So, what do you think, Dee? What do you think about that from a female
I'm sitting here
perspective?
just shaking my head because I'm thinking about how Tanya said social media is undefeated.
Right.
It is.
Yeah.
In my personal timeline, I saw so many women talking about if I don't have a spouse like that, then I don't want him. If I don't have a man like that, I don't want him.
Yeah.
Right.
And I'm on the flip side of it.
Right.
Because you don't have to prove to me that I'm protected, I'm loved, or cared for because you just up and smack somebody.
Right.
Like I said before, let's rewind.
Yeah.
Please don't mess up our household and our coin. And we have to set examples for our children as well on how to handle things. Yes, we have emotions and stuff like that, but when you get to different levels, you grow up.
Right.
Okay, So Memphis, we from Memphis. I'm used to going from 1 to 10.
Yeah.
But as I get older and go to different levels, I can't act like that.
Right.
So to each his own.
Yeah.
They want a man to do that. Woman, I just hope you have your coins together to keep getting that man up out of jail and all that. But we ain't doing all that.
Yeah. So you better say something.
I was just about to say that, I'm not going to condone anything that's going to... I mean, at the end of the day, if your husband, just say it went down differently and he pressed charges.
Yeah.
He in jail.
Right.
Then you got to spend money. You know what I mean? To get him. I mean, I know they got, bukus of money or whatever. But, I'm not going to do, condone things that's going to affect our household like that. Like you said, and you have to set examples for your kids.
Right now, if another man put their hands on me,
that's
then that's a totally
different
different thing than your husband or spouse, your spouse, man, boyfriend, or whatever,
This
they
whole
protect
show will be
you.
about a whole different topic then. You know what I'm saying? We'll be
I can
talking
see
about
that
the after.
if somebody just literally, a male, put their hands on you and he's protecting you in this sense, then you're protecting me. Thank you.
Yeah.
We'll have to deal with the consequences afterward because you were protecting me, but to just go up and just smack a man or however just to be doing it, no.
Yeah.
That just don't sit well with me.
All right, and so
But to each his own.
No, I agree. So we talked about how it can affect our children. So how does that affect us? That situation? How does that situation affect us culturally as blacks?
As I said before,
Yeah.
I mentioned a little bit. I hate to see you got 2 successful black men.
Right. 3. Let's talk about Will. Let's bring Will Packer in.
Will Packer.
His dynamic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He is in the equation because he was up for the movie.
He was the producer of the others. He produced the Oscar this year.
Yeah.
Will Packer. Yeah.
What was it? King, the movie Will was in.
King
Richard. King Richard. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just hate to see like we're at the pinnacle of to see our people at the pinnacle of
success.
Actors and actresses. That's like the
Oh,
creme de la creme.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Of who's who.
Right.
When they come to getting on the screen and putting on blockbuster hits and all that. That's you're at the event of the who's who.
Right.
And to hear the way that our people struggle to get that recognition.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And whether you want to or not, you still represent our people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It comes with the territory.
It
You know.
does.
You know. So for us to be there and for something like that to happen, you know, 2 African American men, you know, successful guys, man. I hated to see it in that. That's how my mind is. Like we better than that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's almost like, you know, it make me think that, you know, the I guess the perception of us, you know, being a, you know, the angry black man perception. That sort of deal. You know what I'm saying? You know, he showed that side, you know, but you know, so it's just, it was sad for me to see that. You know, that was really why I was disappointed in the part of that.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. What do you think, DJ, like that? Culturally, let's say from, we don't know what Jada's perspective, statement, or mindset was, but we know that wives have influence over their husbands, you know, and so from her vantage point, you know, how does that affect us culturally, like in black women, you know?
I think it's just a negative thing all around. As a wife, I don't know her personally, Jada, and what she was thinking, but I really think when he was saying the things that they caught, you know, he was saying, "Don't talk about my," you know what he said. At that moment, I think she could have been a calmer to him and expressed to him, "Look, this is your moment. This is a big moment for you. We're not going to entertain any foolishness or anything like that." And she could have been that soft and calm and answer to her spouse. Could have been just a calming thing, because like I said, it's negative and it makes you look bad. And it's just embarrassing for our culture. We already deal with so many other things. You know, and we're always the black angry woman or a man. You know, so I mean, from my perspective, just to think about your children. You know, because it's big. We're not perfect. We're not gonna always make the right decisions or act the way we always should act, but we try and we strive to act. You know, in that way. So that was big for me. What are you saying to not only your children, but all of the people that are fans and supporters, the children that, so they gonna be at school. Just smacking folks. You say something about me, so they just get slapped. You know, they don't know how big of an influence that they are.
That's true.
You know, so
they definitely have that influence, and they're very influential. You know,
Jada,
Will, and Chris Rock. You know,
I love Jada. Look, from a different world. Her perspective, how she unique and dope and different she was. You know, even though she was an actress at the time, but it didn't seem like that. You
can relate to the character. It's like the Cosby Show, or you know, Martin, or whatever our favorite movies and shows are. We could because they're good at their jobs, we're able to relate to them.
And it is a driving force, because I honestly, that was one of my reasons for going to college. Was watching different world. You see what I'm saying? Like I chose to be an engineer because of Dwayne Wayne. You know, Kadeem Hardison, but Dwayne Wayne, the character, I love math. He was good at math. So that made me think, okay, so if I love math, then engineering must be what I need to get into.
And he can be cool at the same time.
Be cool at the same time.
And
He rocked all the Jordans.
Rocked all the
Jordans.
He definitely was swag.
You know, so he was different.
He was himself.
So it was something that was really, that helped our people. It was positive. It touched on topics. You know, so our culture, you know, is really a driving force, and it's a driving force in young people, because like I said, when I was a young kid in junior high school, I watched that show, and that show made me want to go to college.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the influence, like you said, is big.
It's big. It's huge.
Yeah. So what do you guys say to those who watching like that? You know, because we all say we are influence impacted. So what's the message? You know, after something like that happens.
How do you, after something like that take place? Honestly, you know, I really don't know how did it go. Like, you can always go to the thing of, you know, I reacted too fast, or I didn't think before I reacted. Which you try to teach your kids, you know, just, you know, before you do something, you know, try to think, which you're not always gonna do. Yeah. You know, we all human, we make mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You said something about the pedestal of that. I mean, say something.
You do. You put them. You get up. You put on that pedestal. Yeah. You put people up on that pedestal. They're gonna come down.
Yeah.
They're gonna come down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If you put them on a pedestal to where they're all in all, you know, quote unquote perfect type of person you want to, you see, you know, they're gonna come down. They're gonna disappoint you in some way or fashion. And I'm pretty sure Will disappointed a lot of his fans with that. I'm pretty sure he did.
Wow.
You know, because I was disappointed, not the fact of being a fan, I was disappointed of him being a successful black man. Yeah. That's where my disappointment came in. So I know there's plenty of other people that think the way I think in that matter. You know, and for Chris Rock, you know, I don't know what to think from his side. You know, like everybody, you know, commends him on not retaliating. You know, and I commend him on it because I don't think I could have held it together at that moment. Right. For real. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it can happen to me. I can get smacked, but I guarantee you I'm not going to say, wow, after it's over. I guarantee you that. Whether I'm wrong or right, I'm not going to say, wow. Yeah. Because that microphone, at least that microphone I had in my hand or something. Yeah. If I took my shoe off, threw it at him, something, man. I mean, like, just to let him know I didn't appreciate it and try to keep moving forward with the show, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of things that's coming out with it now, you know. And I just think that sometimes in relationships, you know, like, they live Will and Jada live their relationship so publicly. Right. You know what I'm saying? And me as a man, I couldn't deal with it. Right. You know, the public embarrassment that I think that Will has suffered. Yeah. You know, I don't know what he has done to her. I'm pretty sure they had instances where he's embarrassed her as well. Right. But the most recent things is the red table or whatever it's called, that they sit at that red table and talk about all that stuff that go on in their life. And put everything
but I don't think they putting everything on the table.
Of course not.
They're not gonna put everything out there.
They putting certain things.
They put what they want to put out there.
Yeah, they ain't gonna put it. No, they're not gonna put everything out there. I don't think we can handle it. They put everything out there.
I just want our children and adults to know to separate an actor or actress from real life.
Yeah, but sometimes it is difficult though.
It is.
Sometimes it's hard.
What you see on TV.
Yeah.
You can't do those things in real life.
But you know this.
They're getting paid.
It's difficult though
to do that.
You know, because of the effect they have in the subconscious. You know, we can talk about gangster rap. Yeah.
Right.
And you know, we can talk about how Denzel character and
the romance movies, the women, you know, like
certain people, or just like you call Kadeem Harrison Dwayne Wayne. Yeah. Some people may not even know his real name.
Yeah, like I identify him as Dwayne Wayne.
Like Carter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fresh Prince. I mean, he's not Carter. Whatever he goes, he go Carter.
That's Carter.
That's Carter. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard to separate the two.
Yeah, I can imagine.
You know, the mind is very impressionable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You're definitely right. Because I see somebody I call about whatever favorite character that I liked about him, you know, other than Denzel, you know. I don't think I can address Denzel as anybody else. He's Denzel. Yeah, he is. You know, but for the most part, like you say, you identify them as who I saw you as.
Well, you present yourself to me.
Yeah, that's what it is. Like you said, Carlton. Hey, he Carlton. He's not Alfonso.
Right.
People don't know your real name. You know, they know you from afar.
Right.
You know, and they portray you as their person. You know, you may definitely not be that person that you're playing a role. Yeah. You know.
So that makes the what you do more impressionable.
Yeah.
On and off the screen.
Yeah, definitely.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so Will, like you said, when you said that Will disappointed his fans, that kind of hit home with me. You know what I'm saying? Because Will Smith, he's been like our black people. He's been with us for a long time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
and not just with us, he's been at the top of the food chain
For a long
with
time.
long time.
The
He didn't
pinnacle.
like go up, come down,
Nah.
have a
Yeah.
resurgence. He
got
just
it
kind of
fast.
like.
He just kept shooting.
He just kept shooting and coasting. He always like at the top
Yeah.
with the things he do. Even with the new book he got, it came out. It just like, you know, he shot to the top. This is what we expected him.
Right.
So for something like this to happen, you know, it is disappointing. And some people may say, well, he don't owe you nothing. Well, he do. And we buying his books, buying the tickets. His lifestyle does not exist without fans.
Yeah.
We
You're
buying
right.
his records.
You're right.
His clothing
Yeah,
line.
so he does owe his clothing line. Yeah,
Oh, he has a
the
clothing
Fresh Prince.
Bel-Air.
You so right about
The
that.
Fresh
man.
Prince Jordans. I mean, you know.
I was just actually I watched the my guy the Pivot was watching their show.
Okay.
And they had Stephen A on.
Okay.
And Stephen A said something that was great, man. You know, it made me see him in a different light.
Okay.
You know, I really have a lot. That alone made me, you know, kind of change my perspective. I always figured he was, you know, a guy, and I just knew he, you know, he used his voice
Okay.
as to make money.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and he's a boisterous guy.
Right.
You know, but you know, they actually had real conversation with him, and he said something to that nature, like they was talking about James Harden.
Okay.
And going to Philly,
Right.
and then when Kyrie came to play, James James Harden went like 3 for 17
Yeah.
the whole game, and they lost by almost 30.
Right. Right.
So it's a James Harden was at the strip club after the game, or the next night, or the after the game, or whatever
Okay,
however
okay,
it was.
okay,
But
okay.
he went in, and they kind of asked him about that, like how, you know, my guy Channing, he was kind of like saying he wanted him to elaborate on that because he didn't think wasn't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
And Stephen A. made a great point. He said, well, think about, because Channing was like, well, if a teacher have a bad day or a cop have a bad day, they can go and relieve, you know, stress relieve or whatever, just go chill, mellow out. But Stephen A. made that same point to what you were just saying. James Harden, you got 20,000 people paying their money to come see you.
Right.
And for you to act like you don't care after not showing up, you lose by 20 some points,
Yeah.
you go 3 for 17,
Yeah.
they paid their money to come see you.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are expected
Right.
to feel some type of way about that.
Yeah,
You
they
know?
should.
And it's the same. I thought about that when you
Yeah.
said that, and I never thought about it that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I would think the same way on the athlete's point of view. Like, man, I'm just, you know, I just need some getaway time. But I didn't think about the fact that I wouldn't make this money that I make if those people didn't come
They
watch me
come by
play.
the ticket. Yeah.
Kobe
So
wouldn't have done
they
it.
can hold me to a standard.
Yeah.
They can hold me to a standard.
Yeah.
You see what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah, they have the
Because
right to.
They're paying their money
Yeah.
to
paying
come see
all
me
that money
play. You
too.
know, I got season ticket holders.
Right.
You got, you know, people paying great money
Yeah.
to watch me perform.
Perform.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they can hold to a standard. Yeah, you're right. So people can hold Will to a standard.
Yeah. That's
You know what I'm saying? Because of his success, he has benefited financially
Yeah.
because of his
From
talent
fans. Yeah.
from fans.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so his wealth is built off of other people's money.
It
It
is.
may not sound right or sound good, but that's
That's
the
what
truth.
it is. Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
You
This
know?
is America.
This is America.
Yeah, but that's it. But that's what I mean. Kobe said that. I heard him say in the interview, and Vanessa said after he passed, Kobe said he didn't play hurt to be tough. You know what I'm saying? He said he knew he was, you know, tough, but he said the main reason he played was because he said some people had saved up a whole year just to come to that one game.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's true.
And he said he didn't want them to be disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so for him to respect the game and the
That
fans,
much.
you know what I'm saying, is where he is.
Yeah.
Then you hear a guy like Channing say that, I mean, you know, versus, you know, somebody, you know, you look at his
you think
career.
about it. Yeah.
You see, that's the mindset though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
it's a
is.
mindset.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's a mindset, and so it's a mediocre mindset.
Yeah.
And so, but when you someone like Will, like I said, we expect more out of him because he never done anything mediocre.
Yeah.
Right now.
And even just to kind of go back to that, Steph Curry did that a couple of weeks ago.
Okay.
He didn't play in the game,
Yeah.
and there was a young fan there,
Yeah.
and she waited to get to that game just to see him play.
Yeah.
But he didn't play that game.
Mm-hmm.
So they got her back.
Yeah.
She came back. They gave her courtside tickets. He played the game, signed autograph, and
yeah.
everything is like he redeemed it, because she wanted to see him play.
Right.
I think it was. I don't know if it was a Make-A-Wish
Right.
or something like that. But anyway, it was something major. But when he heard about it,
Right.
he reached out to him. They got her back to the game.
Right.
And
right.
everything, because it's what you do
That's what you're
for your
supposed to do.
fans,
Yeah.
know.
That's what you should do.
A lot of times, you carry titles that you don't know that you have.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and whatever you in, whatever territory you in,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes you're not cognitive of what you really, the situation like, like even for James Harden say he may not even never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he looked at it as I need a getaway.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like you say, you might have a fan that was their first time getting a chance to see him play.
First and only time.
And they may not be able to come back and see him. And he didn't
Right.
show up for him. Or it may have been which was probably their biggest game of the season. Especially with him just coming over.
Yeah.
And they playing against the team that just left.
Yeah.
And Kyrie made a statement
Yeah.
before the game, letting him know he finna call the dogs on him. And from the jump ball,
He did.
he did.
He did what he said.
He went out with that mentality and went straight for Giants, and Giants didn't show up.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's what we have bad games, but
Yeah, people have bad games. People will be human.
yeah, you are human.
Yeah.
So you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna mess up. All of that. And for Will's sake, I guess this is a mess up moment for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It would just have to. Like I said, he's done everything up here, so his mistake had to be up here, I guess.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It had to be at the pinnacle,
Yeah.
So
are people more forgiving of Jada's past than Will's? Than Will's one, let's just say this Will's one thing, and the thing Jada has done. Are people? What's your take on that? Like the public perception. It's kind of like now it's like Will's this bad guy. Like I've seen media outlets that have never covered Will in a way cover him, like Forbes.
yeah.
I saw Forbes say something about him, and Bloomberg. He's like financial
These
players.
are financial,
Yeah. And so they didn't say nothing about Jada's thing, to my knowledge. Maybe they did, maybe I missed it. But
Right.
what do y'all think about that? Like, is this? I'm not saying Will
She
should
she is included in the equation because it was.
Well, I'm saying like what she done in the past, how she did, she
the
publicly
different things.
like embarrassing, on the red table talk, the relationship, and then now her stuff was not pushed. Is it because she's not as big as a star in him, or what?
Well, she
I
didn't
would say
do her
that's
thing on Oscars. That's a big platform.
Yeah, that is.
That's true.
That is a
Yeah.
big platform.
Well,
That's a
yeah,
huge, a really huge platform.
that is true. She's not as big a star as her husband is.
Right.
In the public's eye. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? To be nominated for an Oscar, you up there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Will has done it in music. He's
Yeah.
he's great at music,
TV,
film,
Yeah.
with production,
Yeah.
and just
got a
action.
new show out. He producing.
Yeah, so
Fresh Prince
he's up there, and
Yeah.
she's here. So yeah, the magnifying glass will be a little bit more on his than hers.
The
I think.
responsibility. high.
Yeah.
That makes
I
sense.
think
I
it'll
can
come
see
with
that.
the levels. You know what I'm saying? So, even though she's, they had the public discussions about
Yeah.
different stuff. I just think, that's why his was magnified. You know what I'm saying?
So does Will have a right to be jealous? Like, does he have based upon?
I don't think so. I mean,
So let's have an honest moment.
Okay.
Before you get it in. Okay. Jada and Tupac.
yeah.
Let me just say this. I personally think that their relationship was more than a friendship.
I personally agree with you.
I think it was more than just a male, female. I think it was some sexual relations involved.
An entanglement.
Yeah.
That was the first one, probably.
Right. Situationship or whatever. You know, I think that was.
Yeah.
And then to come along with this August.
Yeah.
You know.
That was real weird to me. That was.
So now, does Will have a right to be jealous based on Jada's past behavior?
What do you mean? So when you're
You
saying
got
does he have
to
the
feel
right?
some type of way about it.
Yeah.
you know?
So let me say that. So sometimes jealous spouses or jealous significant others can be very overprotective.
Yeah.
Very aggressive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because of the
Because of
things
past
that happened. Yeah.
and it happened. So his aggression that we saw in the Oscars, you know, was that justified from this jealous husband type of standpoint?
Could have been.
I mean, because it was different. You know, he was attacking. Well, he made a joke about her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so,
And
you think that jealousy came from
I'm just thinking, you know,
that brought it back up, brought those past?
I'm just asking. It could have.
I don't think it was jealousy.
Yeah.
You know, I think he can be jealous in some ways if he want to though, because like you said, of the past thing.
Right.
I think he, as a man, I can see his point of view on it.
Right.
But like I said, I did my little research on the thing, the
Yeah.
videos and all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He was laughing when he first made the joke.
he did.
Yeah.
He did laugh about
Yeah.
it. That's the
But
whole
I think
thing.
when he saw his wife's reaction of it, he changed his mind. Like,
Yeah. So
she
what?
don't
So
think
what
it's
was
funny.
it then? That's
So
what I'm saying.
now I
Let's
feel
go.
like
Wait.
that. Now he fit. That's when I was going to get to.
Okay.
Now he think I got to be this.
Yeah. Super dude.
Yeah, I got to step up
I gotta be
because
the
she
rabbi.
not happy with it.
Well, dude,
Like I said, I got to do something. And so maybe he felt like this is my opportunity to show her I got her back.
Right.
Okay, so you saying
I'm
laughed
This is
while he was saying the joke?
He did. Yeah.
he did.
Yeah.
He did
Okay, well,
laugh.
right then and there, he humiliated his wife right there. If he laughed at the joke and he saw her expression,
Well,
or
after he saw her
No.
expression, that's
He
when he
stopped
went on
laughing.
stage.
nah,
Yeah.
see it.
Yeah,
So
'cause
he was kind of going with the flow,
He was going
you
with the
know,
flow
of the
first.
night,
Of
the
the
jokes.
night,
'cause
yeah.
that's
Then he
the
looked
Oscars.
over and saw her.
Right.
Yeah.
She had this
And
little
she
stone
like,
face.
Yeah, she was like,
yeah.
she kind of rolled her eyes like, I'm so sick of this. So
Yeah.
here you go with this. You know,
Right.
I don't know what was going on in her mind, but you know, it rubbed her the wrong way, and he felt like
He
had
perceived it
to
to be right around.
Yeah.
That's true because there's another video because you know the internet people
Right.
we got the
You never know
internet
the
researchers and everything. You know we
Yeah,
got them.
private detectives.
Yeah, they're the private detectives of the internet. They may need to buy some stock in Meta. You know, be the
Yeah.
private detective
Yeah.
detective agency. But there's a video clip and it's talking about Jada. Well, it's Jada in an interview. Yeah, she's speaking of herself and she was saying how, you know, in Hollywood, how the hair is affected. You know, they want you to have long, flowy hair, and she said, "Well, my hair is curly, you know, and it doesn't do. That's not what it's made to do."
Right.
Right.
But then at the end of it, she says, you know, when she cut her hair off, she was like, "I love my bald head."
Yeah.
Now, you are a female. It's a female. So, you know, I mean, we got ways to put hair on or whatever. And you don't have to do it or anything, but, you know, there's ways to do it. But, you know, it's going to be some scrutiny to that. And then you're in that light, you know, and everything. So, basically, she embraced it.
Yeah.
She embraced the
No,
bald
but
head.
yeah, she said on interview, she said she didn't care what
She
people
didn't
think.
care what people
Okay,
think.
if you don't care what people think, then
Exactly.
So let's go back to
So-
my point at the very beginning.
Yeah.
What I say, staged. See,
You know?
that's some more research to go.
Yeah.
That go on my
Yeah.
side of the
It does.
fence, you know. But
You know?
hey, I'm just going along with, you know, if it was actually true, you know. So
Yeah.
hey,
I mean, because it's just like this. If you go to a comedy show and you're on the front row,
you get it.
you may get checked. You
Right.
may get joked about.
You can be the sharpest person in there.
Exactly.
Right.
You might be the whole joke of the night.
Yeah.
You know.
The whole show might be
You
about
might be the
you.
owner.
They don't. They
You gonna
do
get
not
it.
discriminate.
You gonna get it.
You know.
No,
Right.
at all.
So,
You know, But seeing, what you saying that in the video, then, if with her saying that, even if it was the case, it actually happened. If that was the case, and she made that, she didn't want. She wasn't happy about him, making the joke about it. Or whatever.
right.
I think, like you said earlier, what she was saying, like if she saw him getting up,
Yeah.
she should have known, right? Like you say, you know your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So if that was me, because it didn't happen before. If that was me
Right.
getting upset about something,
Right.
she gonna be like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
she gonna, no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's leave it alone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's the thing, like, why would she let him go that far? You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
maybe she
That's
did.
why I said she got a role in it, because you know your spouse,
Yeah.
and I think you could have.
Maybe she know him that he never done anything like that.
Probably so.
Maybe
She
maybe,
did.
maybe she was thinking
That may have been a thrill.
yeah, or maybe she did to the inspector, cause he did kind of
Yeah, she may have thought he was going to go up there and just
Get
say
the
something
mic.
in the mic,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
I would love to see the camera of.
Did he have the handheld? Did he have the lapel mic?
I think he had a
He had a
lapel.
lapel.
He had a
He had a
lapel.
lapel.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you
I
hear
want
the
to see
hit.
that camera that got Jada's reaction when
he actually smacked me. Yeah,
I
that
would
was
I haven't seen that.
Has
one.
anybody
I have
seen
not
that?
seen that
I
one.
think that's business from evidence.
yeah.
I think that
If,
may be
if
deleted.
anybody has that
Send it
that
to
footage, tag it below, please.
Yeah,
Please
Thank you.
tag.
Yes, we need to see
we
that.
need to see that real
Yeah, I
time
definitely
reaction.
would like to know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
your
that's-
spouse have a lot to do with, your reactions too. Because,
Yeah.
like I said, there's a lot of things that could have triggered him to actually want to go up and actually smack the dude. Which I don't think the joke warranted that, for one.
Right.
I don't think because I've heard worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've heard worse. And I'm on the outside looking in. Like I said, it could have been a point to where he like, look, I ain't taking this no more. I'm sick
Yeah.
of y'all.
I'm tired of being.
Yeah, I'm tired of being the butt of.
Yeah.
I'm tired of y'all, joking on my wife.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
We
me
already
being
got a
cool.
lot out in public, and y'all
Yeah.
just gonna
Yeah.
take it and run with it. But hey, you can't stop that. That's what comedians
That's what you,
do.
and then you sign up for this life.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
sign up for this life.
That's what comedians do. They've been doing it forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've been doing it forever. They've been taking, and then another thing that I thought about is, how Dave Chappelle been so blunt with his stuff lately.
Yeah, sure.
Touching subjects that people are afraid to touch,
Yeah.
especially comedians. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, was this to try to send a message to that? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Could have been something to try to send a message to that. Like, hey, you pushing these buttons, it's gonna be repercussions behind it.
So do you think it was you saying will or are you saying the machine?
I'm saying the machine.
The machine trying to send a message.
Yeah, the
And
machine.
for y'all don't know, the machine we talking about Hollywood.
Yeah, the machine
Right.
probably trying to send a message too.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Or it could have
That's
just
a
been
good.
like.
That's a good point.
But
Yeah.
then also, the talk before the Oscars,
Yeah.
there was a lot of blacks was talking about not supporting the Oscars.
Right. Cause they supposedly they said they censored Kanye.
Yeah, and then there was another event supposed to be going on, but they was scheduling another event at the same time that other people were going to, I guess celebrities or whatever were going to attend that event. They wasn't supporting the Oscars, so. Hey, what way we gonna show y'all how we still run this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We gonna have something going on that's gonna draw everything to us. Now every media, TV show, everything gonna talk about us.
So let's look at it from that standpoint. Then, if we saying that, so they borrowed Kanye. I know Dame Dash, he was rolling Kanye. I know Jay Prince was rolling with Kanye.
And I think Jay Prince was the one that's supposed to be hosting the event, if I'm
Yeah.
not mistaken. I think I saw an interview with somebody
He got a
saying
lot of influence in Hollywood. A lot of people don't know. But so let's just saying this is happening, right? Blacks coming together, say, hey, we go boycott. Now, does that make? This is what I want to bring in with Packer now, being the producer of the Oscars.
Yeah.
Now, how does it make us look like we pawns if this whole thing is staged?
That's what it definitely looks like.
Chris Rock, Will Smith, to draw the attention. Because they said, I looked at the actual numbers. The Oscars numbers have been dropping significantly year after year after year.
Yeah.
And then I think you said Will Packer made a statement that said, he said something about the Oscar. This is going to be an Oscar to remember or something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think you told me that.
And then
he
Chris
tweeted
Rock
that
made
out.
the same statement after the smack.
Really?
This gonna go down in history or something to that nature.
Yeah.
Or something. He made
Yeah.
that statement too after the smack.
Yeah. So how does that make us look? You know, like we're still we pawns in this game, and they're using us, and
We're still willing to.
We're still willing to do
the thing for the dollar.
basically sell out.
Yeah, we still willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? If you,
Yeah.
I've been in the game this long, I might well keep going with it.
As much success as I have attained as Will Smith, I'm still up under somebody's thumb.
Yep.
Somebody still can pull my chain.
Yeah. I mean, it's definitely not a good look, you know, for the black race.
Right.
You know, it's.
And some people don't look at it as a whole. Everybody
put
look
you
at
in
it
that
individually.
stereotype, and it fit. You know,
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
the stereotype.
Yeah.
You know, black people are known for just, you know, not really being able to have stuff. You know, fighting. You know, this and that. And
Yeah.
I mean, we'll just
Can't
say
handle the
violence.
pressure.
We
Talk
want
about
to say
sports.
fighting
Yeah.
because you know, and everything. So it's not
Yeah.
not a good look.
Yeah,
You
it's
know.
not. It's not.
And I guess it kind of goes back to that pedestal. You put them up there, and never in a million years would you have expected
No.
that to happen.
And that was
Whether
right.
it was real or whether he
On
was
stage.
acting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You said, I
It
said, I
was
wouldn't
not an
expect from either.
opportunity
Yeah, you're
for
right.
it.
Neither one.
And, you know, you can be there and, like you say, you can be under the thumb or whatever, but at the same time, you can be like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Because it's more to it than just this moment of
Right.
drama or whatever.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
people need to think about that. You
Yeah.
know, it's disgraceful.
So talk about that now. With that happening, because now it seems to be as though they already plan to capitalize off of this.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah.
Chris
I
Rock
think-
show.
Yeah, that's what I was finna
He got 2 standing ovations at his show. This is after the.
Ticket sales.
What
His
the ticket
ticket-
said went up? What?
They skyrocketed,
It went
like-
from $46
to like
to $341.
300.
Wow.
The
So
minimum
it-
ticket was $46.
Yeah.
It rose to over $300. for
Right.
it. So you
Yeah.
see,
I know
Money.
Will got a. Will announced he got a tour coming out.
yeah.
He finna go over this tour. They basically finna take the red tabletop on tour. Him and Jada talking about different things.
So she's still in the equation, huh?
You know what I'm saying? Cause he been getting all kind of invites to come on these
Different
tonight
shows.
shows.
So he
He
rather use
declining
my
all
wife's
those.
show.
He declined all those. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
She has a show.
Right.
We'll just take our
We'll
show
talk
on the
about
road
it.
and talk
So
about
it's
it.
it's always an ulterior motive, huh?
That's what it looks
It
like.
sound like
it looked like it was already planned. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm connecting my dots. I don't know about everybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm connecting my dots.
And
That's
these
what I'm
are the views of us.
Yeah,
We
this
do
is-
not speak for the entire
Well,
black community.
we
We
speak
do
for
now.
So Memphis though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely speaking so
If we so Memphis, we gonna keep it real. That's what we gonna do.
Yeah.
This
So-
it's real talk.
Right. So now,
Because I know some people out there that's not going to agree.
Yeah,
you
that's-
know,
that's fine.
and that's
Yeah.
okay.
It's
That's
okay.
what we want.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion.
yeah.
But these are definitely our own opinions that we're speaking of.
Yeah. For
Yeah,
sure.
so is it? I mean, saying now with that being said, let's say that is the case. You know, again, culturally, how does it affect us? Are we making headway? Are we losing ground?
We're losing ground.
Yeah,
I just
You know,
I just
because
think it's going
people
back.
are going to be more reluctant to, you know, fund that project for, you know,
yeah.
just
take a
I mean
risk.
because see
See,
they're they're in
So-called
Hollywood, so
established,
they're
right.
there, you know. But for people like us who could have a groundbreaking
Yeah.
podcast that could possibly be funded, you
Yeah.
know, to be on a even bigger spectrum, you know, that's gonna make it difficult for
Yeah.
you know, because they're like, okay, well, you know, I have this one versus this one.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they're this is typically what happens with the all black. I mean, it's just things that the light that shines differently on us little people.
Like, they want you to talk about what
they want.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I was just about to say, because something just happened in the NFL or NFL, NBA, sports. They have a thing called setting the market, right? And so a wide receiver, quarterback, Deshaun Watson, he ended up getting like this fully guaranteed contract from Cleveland Browns. And so now all the owners in the NFL are worried because what he's done, he's set the market. You know what I'm saying? And then the guy from Green Bay,
Aaron Rodgers.
No, the wide receiver.
Oh, the receiver. Yeah.
I can't think of that. But he got
the one that got traded to the Raiders.
Right.
Yeah.
He went to the Raiders. He got like a groundbreaking contract.
Yeah, for a receiver. Yeah.
So they set the market. In other words, there's a certain expectation for a certain type of money. Yeah. Right. And so now these guys have reset that. You know what I'm saying? And so now I'm saying that, is it to the point to where you're gonna have to now, like Deidre just said, be willing to do what they want you to do in order to get this type of money or get this type of opportunity?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because now they already, like I said, they already supposed to have made it, so they don't have to do these things. They supposed to be reaching back, calling shots. You know what I'm saying? But now, if they're doing that, you see what I'm saying? Does it make it harder for other people to really break ground and come in and do what they want to do?
Yeah. We don't. I just think that we don't take what we have, put it together, and create our own lane.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, you work with other cultures, which is great, but you can't be who you are because you may lose this funding or because they may not support you or they may cut you off.
Right.
They may take you off your own show. It's your show with your name, but you don't own any of the rights. That sort of deal, So I just think that we don't. When you take just say you take us four, and we're all worth $100 million apiece.
Yeah.
We got, just say we got $100 million liquid.
Yeah, we receive it.
Are we going to take that?
Yeah.
And create our own lane?
Right.
We've used our talent to get this.
Right.
Now that we received it, let's go create our own lane as opposed to still depending on them to get funding.
Yeah. Right.
We got what we need.
Yeah.
No, my own, I may not have enough to do it on my own, but if we create this group and we all can throw our funds in there, we can go create this lane. And I think that's what we don't do. We just continue to depend on getting a big contract from the owners or whoever the big contract from whoever the movie makers or whatever.
I agree.
We're going to keep depending on just trying to get a bigger check as opposed to taking that one big check I got and your big check and let's go create our own. Now we can create our own thing and we ain't got to depend on it.
Right.
Because we always say, all I need is a foot in the door.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you get that foot in the door, you still waiting on another check, right?
That's true.
That's just how I see it.
But a lot of them musicians, they've been doing that lately. Instead of going with these big record companies and everything, everybody's big on being independent.
Yeah.
But they're being independent. But like you said, where's the independence where they come together?
Yeah, you gotta have camaraderie. You got to have that. Think about this, man. I see a lot of you in the financial world. You know a lot of all the big financial groups that go out and just buy things. They they buy property. They buy $1 million building. It's not one person.
Yeah.
It's a group of them.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They go together, make a big purchase, and everybody benefits off of it.
Yeah.
And that's what I think we don't do. Like, I think about the city of Memphis.
Yeah.
It's got a lot of wealthy. We got a lot of wealthy black people in this city.
Yeah, we do. Well,
Why? you know, this city, you know, or you.
It's in the city though, yeah. But
yeah.
here's the key to everything. And you know me, one of my things I always say is it's always about the money.
Always,
It's
everything about the money.
And so this is what I have witnessed and personally believed, and also I've seen in a lot of back rooms. It all depends. $100 million in your pocket is not the same as $100 million in somebody else's pocket.
True.
And this is what I mean. Who was responsible for you getting that $100 million, and what did you really have to do?
Right.
Who signed that check? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What's really tied to that money that you got? And now we said, why don't they do this? Why don't they do that? It's obvious why. Cause they can't.
Yeah.
They can't. That cause they puppets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some puppets will make more than other puppets.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some puppets more famous than other puppets. You know, we growing up, Channel 10, you have certain puppets on, and then you get the Jim Henson, Kermit the Frog coming there, the big boy puppet. You know what I'm saying? That everybody know.
Yeah, everybody know that.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it's different, and so that's why also I think as a culture we have to protect our people in the sense of we can't just run with everything we hear. So when a person becomes an independent thinker, they're automatically ostracized.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You don't go with the flow.
Yeah.
You don't
Oh,
go
he
with the
crazy.
flow.
Yeah. Now the narrative is spinning. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, something wrong with him.
Kanye West. You know what I'm saying? Something this and that. This. You know, Kanye this. Kanye. Nobody. We not trying to make Kanye Jesus. No. We're not expecting him to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like a Kyrie Irving, independent thinker. I don't agree with a lot of things Kyrie say, but I respect the heck out of Kyrie for standing his ground and standing with his beliefs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, he had his wife and his 2 little girls looking at him, and then he had a lot of other people, but them are the people he really had to stand for.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And those type of people, if you notice, and if we go back and research history, the media is always trying to act like this person is crazy, or he's out of control, or he's doing this, or she's doing that. Why? Because they're not fitting the narrative.
Yeah. And Kyrie's situation really is perfect for it too, because they dogged him in the beginning. They dogged him.
Yeah.
And now look how it's coming around to where he's now allowed to play in the arena that told him he wasn't going to play.
Yeah, he did.
Because he
stood his ground.
He stood his ground.
Right.
And waited it out. And he stood on what he believed.
Yeah.
And now look,
isn't that the epitome, the essence of Martin Luther King's dream? Yeah. Right. Now we know we got Jesus.
Yeah.
But black people, everybody growing up, you know,
Jesus
it's
and
2 pictures in your grandma's house. You know what I'm saying? The little plates up. You know what I'm saying? You got them little plates up. Jesus, Martin Luther King. Some of them may have JFK. Yeah. Depending on, you know. But, and so isn't that what we supposed to be fighting for as a people? Mm-hmm. Right? Isn't that wasn't it his dream? But now you're ostracized for being an independent thinker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like you're saying, his situation perfect now. They told him no, but now everything's changed around. Yeah. He was unwilling to compromise.
Yeah. Yeah. And he talked about all the money he was going to lose for missing games. And, you know, in his case, I already made billions of dollars. Yeah. So evidently he did right with his money because he's able to lose on this end and still sustain his lifestyle.
And they go back to what we talking about now.
Everybody money ain't the same.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody money ain't the same because now they trying to make money this God. Like if you lose someone, so what?
Yeah.
Kyrie was like, so what? Money is not the most important thing to me. You know what I'm saying? And they try to put pressure on you with the money.
With the money.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, you finna lose 20 million.
Right, you finna lose money. You finna do this.
Well, I made 20 million last year.
and some of the players, some of the players gave in.
Yeah.
Because they put that pressure on them with the money.
With the money.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But some of them stood the ground, and I was glad to see, you know what I'm saying, Kyrie be able to stand the ground.
I was proud of that. Like you said, I'm not the biggest Kyrie fan, you know.
Right.
But I do commend him on that.
Yeah, me too.
And I really respect it.
Yeah.
I respect it to the fullest. You know, you stood on something and you held your ground.
Right.
And now you see how people change.
Switch up on it.
People switch.
Yeah.
Because like you said, when you're not rolling with the majority,
right,
you get ousted, you ostracized. You this, you crazy, you weird.
Yeah.
You know, and Kanye, he ain't too crazy. He worked over $1 billion.
Right.
you got to have some kind of sense to be able to accumulate. You know what I'm saying? That kind of financial lifestyle.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, they can say what they want to say for. He's well take care of what it takes to live in this world.
Yeah.
It's that dollar, and he got it.
He got it. Yeah.
So whatever else you say about him, hey,
right.
Oh well.
Yeah.
You know, so he ain't too crazy.
Right. And just like people try to say, you know, this is his first divorce, and Kim they had what three
Nobody's
divorces.
saying nothing about that.
But he the bad guy.
But he the bad guy.
You know what I'm saying?
Because
he got one
He got one.
Yeah.
You know.
But it looks like it's a problem on the other end.
Yeah.
Me, you know what I'm saying? You know.
Definitely.
If I was,
odds. If you're a gambling person, look at the odds. I'm gonna roll with Kanye if I'm gonna roll them dice.
Yeah, roll
you know
them dice.
I'm
Gotta
gonna roll
roll.
with Kanye.
Yeah.
I can't. The other side look like they losing.
Yeah, every
You know
time.
what I'm saying? You know, you think about it. You think about it in the sports thing. Would you rather be 0-1 or 0-3?
I'd be over what?
I'd rather be 0-1.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got 2 less losses than you do.
I think it's a matter of perspective because they just stay shooting their shots, though. You know what I mean? Like they say the ones you don't take, the ones you. So she just shot a shot more than
Who that?
Kim.
But you know they can't keep man. That's how I feel.
Yeah, you know, hey, some people
Can't none of them
that's
can't
their
keep
thing. Like maybe they outgrow who they with.
Right.
You know, they keep evolving, and maybe the person don't evolve to what they want to evolve to their standard. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's why it's important. You know, when you making that step.
Yeah.
It's important to know who you really making that step with. You gotta have a real conversation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially at our age, you know, you're not young with it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You mid, late 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
You should be having some real conversations before you making that I do with a person. You know what I'm saying? You 21, 20.
Yeah.
You ain't thought about everything that you're gonna go through. You might think of some of the stuff. You can go through counseling, all that. We did that. And we still had all the problems in the world that you could possibly have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And now you stand the test of time. That's why it's important about who you choose.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Later in age, you should be asking real questions like, you know, what type of goals, you know, just all type of stuff that you hold personally. You know, you got to discuss your non-negotiables.
Yeah.
You know, like what you not really gonna bend on, what you not gonna give in. Like this is a principle that I stand on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Do you agree with it or not? You know what I'm saying? So that way you can maybe agree, you know, disagree to agree.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, you gotta have them boundaries though.
Yeah.
You know, now you think about that. We go back talking about overprotective and jealousy.
Right.
You gotta have them boundaries up front to be able to recognize those character traits.
One other, needy.
Oh yeah, very needy. Attention.
It's some people that need you. They want all the attention on them.
All the attention, yeah.
You know, it's all about me.
Can't have friends, can't be on the phone with nobody else.
Yeah. Who you talking to?
Right.
Why they calling you?
Right.
Instead of, if you know me,
right.
If that person call, especially if I'm gonna answer it or address that person while you right there, I ain't trying to go in the back and talk to him or trying to whisper, step outside and talk to him.
Got that number say pizza man.
Yeah, you know, you doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, this little joke.
Right, pizza you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this little joke.
Yeah.
All that.
Hey, let me get Philly cheese.
So like no toppings.
Yeah, you be like, you know,
like that means
is the temperature warm or hot? Is the temperature? Is it hot or cold? What's the temperature?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's hot right now. I'm gonna hit you back. You know, so that's type of, you know, if you shouldn't be dealing with all that, you know, at this point. You know, I just think, you know, when you see a lot of relationships, people you got to have those discussions. And like you said, we were talking about, jealousy and needy and overprotective. You got to know who you're dealing with.
Yeah.
Right.
You know who you're dealing with, and you know what I'm saying. We ain't the experts, but we have lived it.
Yeah.
And we are living it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got experience. I take experience over anything.
That's the best picture.
Right. So let me say this. So what's the difference in, because I think you got different age ranges.
Mm-hmm.
Looking and watching the show.
Oh, okay.
Different people in maybe different stages of their life.
Mm-hmm.
Relationship wise. So what's the difference in trying to change somebody and giving somebody the space, allowing them to mature? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Or are
allowing
you saying
them to
more like
evolve.
So like
change,
like you
and
notice
compromise?
like
Is
somebody
that kind of like?
well, let's say you notice some red flags.
Okay.
Right. So you say, okay, I can change him. I can change her. Versus, well, let me give him space to mature. Right. Or let me give him space to grow.
Maybe.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Let y'all discuss that out. I think we.
So,
Let's go for it.
okay, repeat it one more time.
Okay, like so,
make
so
sure.
it's a common, statement to say, you can't change anybody.
Right.
But some people would say, well, I think he just hadn't had the right woman, or she just hadn't had the right man, so I can change them. If I treat them such and such a way, or I give them this, then I think that they can, come around. So what's the difference in trying to change that person and then allow them, giving them space to mature and to change themselves? Like, what's the difference in that? You know what I'm saying?
I think you can, in a relationship.
Well, how do you approach it? Man?
Yeah, in a relationship, I think you approach it by leading, and then I won't say like the woman is leading or the man is leading, but sometimes there are certain things that like a woman may have to take lead on that, because the man is not there, so you lead by example,
right.
And I think that example, and relationships are all different,
right.
But if you lead by example, I think that person respectfully, will just follow suit, as far as opposed to saying, no, you're gonna be this way, this way, because that doesn't work for anybody. I mean, you come to me like that, I'm gonna be like, all right, I wouldn't maybe throw the deuces, but I'll just back out, I'm gonna shut down, I'm not gonna talk.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say anything. So you just lead by example
Right.
and kind of set the standards to where you want them to be.
That's good.
So that's I think.
What you think?
Well, I was thinking about what he said, allowing the person to grow, just for personal reasons.
Right.
Meeting him at a teenager age,
Right.
and then we're married in our 20s.
Right.
I'm 40 now. We're in our 40s.
Yeah.
So definitely giving, and I'm the baby of the family.
Yeah.
So, allowing me to grow and mature in some areas that he's the older sibling.
That's good.
And a lot of responsibilities was on him versus I didn't have a lot of responsibilities on me.
That's good.
On certain things. So, yeah, that way allowing a person to grow if you met them so young.
Right.
Yeah.
Of course you're gonna, but some areas I think could be non-negotiable. If it's year after year after year after year, you're going through the same cycles.
Right.
I mean, what are we doing if we're not growing?
Right.
That's just me.
I like
what are
that.
we doing?
I like that because I was thinking about this. Like, I think that if you just say you're in a relationship with someone and y'all growing, y'all get to the real. Y'all been in a relationship for a while. You get to have real feelings. You have love for the person. You care for the person. You love the person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You possibly thinking of a future for with the person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you think about that, then you think about if you say you I think that if you say you love a person or care for a person, then you should be willing to compromise or willing to give in certain areas or willing to grow in certain areas, vice versa. You know, willing to give in on something that you probably, wouldn't agree with, and also willing to grow in areas that you wasn't so mature in or whatever the case may be. I think that you should be willing, have those willings to be like, hey, I want to be with that person, I love that person, or I'm not looking to be with nobody else because of all the other things that is great about that person. You want to be with the person. Why wouldn't you be wanting to, grow in other areas? I don't see why nobody, because I've had to grow in areas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't, because of you love a person, you care for a person. Why? It's just like it's not just in relationship, just like love relationship. Think about relationship with your parents or with your siblings. You're gonna grow. You're gonna make some changes. Like in those relationships because you love that person and you care for that person. It's just I just think that that's what you should be willing to do. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't, and understand that it's not about you.
Right.
That's the key thing is not being about you. That's the key thing.
I'm just thinking about the black community that we rarely want to discuss.
Right.
Things that we learned growing up.
Right.
And you find yourself, like in many cases in my family and how I grew up, I'm in the process of relearning some things that I learned that how it should be, but it's not working for me at 40.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So definitely, how you grew up, the things that were taught or that you seen.
Any examples you can give us?
Yeah.
But definitely the way things, I'm going to give this example right here that, like you learned that, yes, the man is the provider.
Right.
Something like this. So a lot of black families, is the man is provider, the woman don't have to do anything.
Right.
But we living in a new day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a part of me that I can bring to the table too, and we can all build this table together.
Right.
It don't have to be, the man do everything and the wife just just sit back and let the man just do everything. So definitely if you saw that growing up, you definitely need to revisit and relearn some things. And because it might not work. I don't think it's gonna work for a lot of people's houses. I'm gonna just say it like that.
Right.
Just not doing anything. Even if you all have your own business.
Yeah.
Tanya, my girl, she contributes a lot to that to keep it flowing.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Back in the day, how things used to be.
Yeah.
It's just
you
not like
you definitely bring what you the culture that you grew up in, and it's just in you.
Yeah. It's
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And understanding that my way ain't always the right way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because we come up from different ways. You know what I'm saying? You come up in different households that believe different things, they handle things a certain way. So it's just coming together from different worlds and making a life together. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, growing and changing and learning more about the person, learning more about yourself along the way. It's a journey. It's never a finish line.
That's good.
You know what I'm saying? It's a journey.
I think too many people throw in the towel too quick.
That's
You know what I'm saying? Because you said it's a journey, then you said like things we've taught. So basically, it's what you made of.
Yeah.
And so pressure can bust pipes.
Yeah.
But also it can make diamonds.
Yeah.
Definitely.
You see what I'm saying?
Definitely.
But sometimes people throw in the towel when pressure comes. Like your relationship's supposed to be perfect. Like so when something happens, oh man, I can't deal with this.
It's no perfect relationship.
Yeah.
They ready.
No perfect relationship.
But
No
this-
perfect relationship.
I think about the we live in an unrealistic world now. I think
Yeah.
with when you're taking your shot, your selfies and all that, you want the perfect shot, you want the perfect angle.
Yeah.
You gotta have it,
You gotta be standing a certain way. And so many people, they literally live through that for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and you thinking you got to have this perfect relationship and you don't. You know what I'm saying? You got to put out this image for the public when you really ain't got to put that image out there because it ain't really for them. It's for you to be happy, not to show them that you happy.
Right.
And you ain't gotta. You trying to make them happy about your relationship when you ain't even happy in
Right.
the relationship.
Right.
Right.
You gotta be happy in the relationship. Forget trying to show them what happiness look like. Are you really happy? Is what you should be worried about.
And what do your children think
Right.
about your marriage? What are the examples that you showing to your children?
Right.
cause
And your family.
right. Some of these
social
selfies,
media, it's gonna drive some of y'all crazy. Get it together.
because some of these selfies, you know, these people know the right angles. And then you see them in person, and I'm like, oh,
That ain't what I saw.
that ain't what I saw.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, that ain't how I'm trying to live my life.
No,
you know what I mean?
right,
Like,
Yeah, you in the angle, you know. I thought
the
you
angles look
this, but
good.
really
You
ain't.
know?
Really
yeah, like, no, that doesn't. that
so-
doesn't work.
Yeah, man, and just like how we was talking about the whether it was real or stage with the Will Smith thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you almost like making you judge what's reality and what's not reality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the world we live in now.
That's true.
Yeah.
Wow,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think about
That's
that,
how,
man.
yeah.
We admit it really making you judge, and it's divisive too.
Yeah.
Because
It's
it's
very
bringing
divisive.
it's bringing arguments up and division amongst people. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when we had the pandemic thing.
Divisive and manipulative. You
Think
know,
about
because
how the people are back and forth and going against each other with people talking about, you know, the vaccinated versus the unvaccinated and all that. It's like device after device. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to divide the people when, you know, really we should be, you know, coming together and just thinking, having an objective to be on common ground at least.
I know my grandma used to always say, she'd be like, God ain't in there, baby. You know what I'm saying? Because God is not the author of confusion.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And so when we see this confusion abounding, and I always tell y'all, like, I couldn't be married to an actor or actress. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, especially that good that you don't know if they acting on you.
Cause think about it. Yeah, that's what we talking about. Because now they coming off the screen into real life. Let's say it was stage.
Did they cut it out?
Now they acting again. Now they acting in real. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now the acting goes beyond this quote unquote screen.
Yep.
And now we don't know what's real and what's fake.
Yeah.
And this whole thing, the machine could be running a whole big show on us.
Yeah, you just
know what I'm
played
saying?
a husband on this show.
Yeah.
Now you coming home,
Right.
And you the
Americans.
husband. You at home.
Oh.
You at home. You a husband now.
Yeah.
You know, so are you really?
He's just playing the husband right now.
Yeah,
But
so-
in real life, but when the camera's not on or people not, you got a whole nother life.
Yeah.
Like Will and Jada, they just married for the cameras.
Hey,
Think about that.
that's crazy. That's got to be the.
And the August thing.
Well, there's a lot of Will and Jada's walking
yeah,
around here,
yeah,
just
we know
married
I just
for
don't even
the
understand
image.
how you can be okay with that.
And the August thing was never supposed to come out.
That's a
August,
hard
you know,
no
you ain't heard nothing from him.
Everybody's different.
You know, August broke a rule. You know, he wasn't really supposed to say nothing.
Yeah, I
You
think.
see what I'm saying?
I think he wasn't intending on. I think he just got caught up in the conversation.
Yeah.
And spoke on it too soon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whether too soon or not
Yeah,
at all.
no, he ain't supposed to say nothing.
He wasn't supposed to really
Yeah, he
say
wasn't
nothing
supposed
about
to
it.
really, yeah.
You know, so you really put them out there on Front Street. And I think Will was furious about the fact that he knew what went on,
Yeah.
but he wasn't ready for that to hit the public.
Nah, he ain't want that.
Yeah, he didn't want that.
Yeah.
You know, especially you got this, you got a younger cat, you know what I'm saying? He 20 something, however old
Right.
he is, and 40, 50, almost 50-year-old wife or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're in a different stage in our life. You know, you think about a guy perspective.
Yeah.
You got this younger guy over here, your wife, feeling this younger guy and like, golly, I'm old news now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, think about like the mental aspect of that. He talks about some of that in a book. You know what I'm saying? And he does some interviews recently about that. But just how it really can demoralize him as a man. And so maybe that was his opportunity to say, I'm a real man.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't really, I'm just saying if it was real, maybe that was his way, to come in.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying?
Who knows, man? Hey.